Yo, hello everyone. Welcome back to Disc and Deals coverage. I'm Lucas Deal, and I'm here with the one-time world champ, Chris Smith, aka Smitty. This is one-time deal commentary. Smitty, how are you, dude?
I'm good, man. It's been a while since we've done one of these. It's going to be fun to watch this thing play out and get it rolling.
Exactly, and we're looking at the first and second rounds here. You're going to see the top four there: Keehnan, Ford, Brandon Cawthorne, Loren Lewis, and Nolan Ramser. We got to give a huge shout out to the flock, Chris Denderant, Duck, running this tournament this year and every year, Oak Park TD, Mike Junod. And we're going to let this kind of cycle through some of the amazing sponsors that sponsored this A tier. This is the only A tier that we have in Wichita. Isn't that right, Smitty?
Yeah, one of the only ones in Kansas, actually. I think there's this, and that might be it.
All right. Takes a village to run one of these large tournaments. I'm excited because we have a few local guys and a few Oklahoma guys on the card today. And here are the players we're going to see on the lead card. Keehnan Ford, Disc and Deals coverage, and Ducks Flying Disc sponsored. He's your leader currently. In second place, right behind him, Millennium Disc sponsored, Disc Link and Worldies Grips sponsored, Brandon Cawthorne out of Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, 1003 rated, fantastic player. And another Okie, you've seen him on the channel before, Loren Lewis out of Tulsa, Oklahoma, Disc Link, Villain Disc Golf, Gateway Disc, and Basket Case. He's got a slew of sponsors. And then you've also seen this cannon, Nolan Ramser, sponsored by Chump Chalk. 996 rated, 25 wins on his young career. And let's get into it. Smitty, we're rolling right into hole one. Tell me about it.
Hole one, 395 feet, slightly downhill. Hit this initial gap with just the right amount of speed so you don't go flying over the slope on the backside and make a putt. This thing comes in as one of the easier holes on the course for sure.
Yeah, one of the harder things about this hole is your distance control, because you got to push the ceiling to get all the way there. So we'll see how these guys play it, but we're going to turn it down to Duck to introduce these players.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? This is your lead card for the Open Division at the 2024 Keeper of the Chains. Leading off the lead card with shooting a 100 so far, Keehnan Ford.
All right, here's Keehnan on the box.
Yeah, Keehnan's got plenty of power to get to this easily. And as long as you don't hit one of these low, the branches that make the ceiling, you've got par secured. There's no reason to ever score worse than a par on this hole.
Destroyer out of Keehnan, and he screamed, "Grease train, baby!"
Oh my gosh. It's going to be one of those days. And look at that. Oh, that could have been. He could have been 200 feet back. Easily.
Yeah, could have been almost first available, but he's all the way and past the basket. And now here's Brandon Cawthorne, great player out of Oklahoma, as I mentioned. He's going to be taking a Draco here on this hole.
Oh, wow. That's pretty overstable disc for such a long hole, but we'll see if Brandon can get down there.
Yeah, and he just threw it in the ground, didn't get the height he wanted.
Loren Lewis.
And honestly, that's a mistake you see on this hole because of the ceiling.
Here we go with Loren. We know he's been on Disc and Deals multiple times, and we never know what the heck he's throwing.
He tried to give me some information. He gave me the first 7 holes, so I know this is an ether.
So we know the red disc is an ether.
That's right.
That should be easy to remember because most of the others are blue.
It's true. A little
also
early.
Coming out too low, isn't it?
Yeah, low and early.
And finishing off your lead card, Nolan Ramser.
I'm excited because Nolan gave me his whole lineup here, and I'm so used to him throwing discraft all last year that it's pretty cool. He's throwing a FD1 here. Oh, that wind's just playing with it. Gosh, he throws so far, man.
Yep. Wow. Almost in the street.
Yeah, and that was a fairway.
So Brandon's looking just to chip this up underneath the unit. This is probably what, a mortar or something like that?
Yeah, this is his Toro.
Toro. Left a little tester there, didn't he?
Yeah, it did. So this is kind of an old school disc. It's a shortcut out of Loren.
Par secured.
Yep.
Nolan's probably just taking this and burning it into the front of the hill.
Ooh.
Giving it a little run. Wow. That would have been a banger to start off with.
Oh, yeah. And Nolan's putting with Omega 4s. Keehnan. Ooh.
It's a good bid. Didn't run it by too fast. Just right amount of pace.
And then Brandon also putting with the Omega 4s as well.
Yeah, any of those guys that putt Millennium love those Omega 4s.
Oh.
First hole jitters. He's not going to miss too many from that length, I bet.
No. He's a fantastic putter.
Even though there's not a big crowd of people watching, it's still, you're trying to catch Keehnan and win an A tier. So,
yep. And I think after Brandon knocks this in, he mentioned something about, or he bogeyed all 3 rounds the first hole.
Oh. Well, I would advise him to not do that.
He's getting out of the way early. All right, hole 2.
Man, hole 2, best hole on the property. When played correctly, a mishap on the scorecard, on the scoring app, allowed him to play left of this sidewalk. But par 5, 759 feet, comes in as the still the 3rd hardest hole, with people going to be throwing left of the sidewalk the entire way. So this is as good a hole as we have in Wichita for sure.
Yeah, it's a fantastic hole. And as you mentioned, because of the scoring app, it didn't mention the sidewalks for OB left, so you'll see people bailing out. Makes the hole definitely play further that way, but a lot less risky. And here's Keehnan with, he's going to be throwing a DD3 here.
Oh, I misspoke. It's the 3rd easiest hole.
That makes more sense.
Oh, idiot.
Oh, wow. He was going for big distance, and honestly, the lack of OB there really saved him. He's safe way on the left-hand side, and because this is a par 5, I mean, a birdie's still in play, honestly.
Yeah, and the only reason he went left was because the sidewalk wasn't, and that dingus felt like he was going to get away with something and smoke one way down the fairway.
Yeah, but this is a spell out of Loren.
That thing better hurry.
And it just crossed the creek.
Yeah.
And again, typically that would be OB. And that's what makes this hole so tough, is that tee shot. I mean, mind you, there's a lot of things that make this hole tough, but that tee shot is daunting because it's just far enough that it really makes you think.
That is blistered. Wow.
That's perfect. Star Destroyer, and he put it in the perfect spot.
Yep. That's how you're supposed to play this hole. I'm glad to see Nolan just stick to the way he practiced it and play it the way he practiced. He's far enough down the fairway that he should be able to probably get to the pin on his next.
Yeah, I truly wonder how many people changed their play when they found out that was not OB anymore.
I would have done what Brandon did right there.
Yeah, I mean, he just threw a scorp as far as he could, and then
So yeah,
Wow.
like you said, Keehnan's safe, so he's just absolutely mashing it to get past the trees to have a straight up shot to the pin. Yeah, Loren is barely safe. You can see the OB line just right
Yeah.
behind him.
Yeah. You just get it up there nice and easy. Make the approach easy. Look for the birdie.
Yeah, I mean, I just feel like this hole is an awesome par four and super soft par five.
Agree. Definitely a softer par five. Look at this here. Quasar up high on the forehand.
Never even once came close to a tree.
Wow. And he's in
The
the
hole,
circle.
the hole with the most trees on the entire course, and he never even came within 30 feet of one. Look at
Limit.
this, man. This is the place to be. This is exactly what you want.
Yeah, this is beautiful.
Going back to that same Star Destroyer.
Yep.
Okay.
Dang. Oh, yeah, and
Right on
he's
the
low.
edge, huh?
Yeah. So both of those boys, Brandon and Nolan, looking at eagle bids. And like I said, Keehnan still has an opportunity here to get up and down for bird. That's an FD3. He just threw it low.
Easy to do, man, with that OB so close behind it. A little bit scary. You don't want to, I guess, throw it OB, but throwing it that short is the equivalent of OB because Keehnan is never going to miss that putt from OB.
Oh, yeah. This is that very overstable spirit at a Loren.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's right there too, dancing for birdie.
Just inside the circle looking a bird.
You can see that wind. It was fairly up this day. We are in Kansas, though.
That's a good run from way out there.
Oh, for sure.
Brandon with the eagle look.
Yep, just inside the circle.
Yahtzee.
No doubter.
Yeah, that's a sweet putt.
That's going to erase his blemish on hole one.
Oh, yeah.
Good bounce back. Loren obviously with Gateway, so you got to putt with the Wizard.
Good putters.
Mm-hmm.
Used to be one of the most popular putters on the market for sure. Yep. He's going to want that guy back. And Nolan looks like about the same distance as Loren.
Yeah. Pretty close.
Uh-oh. That was committed.
Yep.
So 2 eagles, the only 2 on the day.
Oh, dang. We got to see them both.
2 eagles and 24 birdies.
Yeah, Nolan had fumbled his putter, well, his driver on his, and he asked me to cut it out, but not so fast, Nolan.
2 eagles and 24 birdies out of 41 players. All right, here we go. Hole 3. Here it is. Straight down the ball golf fairway. Just throw it as far as you can and hope you can get yourself into an easy spot to get up and down for a 3. You know, Nolan might be able to get it around the corner here and have a putt. Brandon might be able to get it around the corner and have a putt. So we might see a look at it, but man, it takes a superhuman effort to get it clear down there.
Yeah, for the last hole being a soft par 5, this is a very difficult birdie to get.
Impossible for normal folks. They should have a tailwind, though.
Yep, and it looks like Nolan will be taking another Star Destroyer. This one's a little bit different, probably flippier is my guess.
Oh, yeah.
That thing is moving.
and chip up and down.
Yeah. So almost pin high. Didn't quite get the left fade. And Brandon,
That's a scorp. I have some just like it.
yeah, he switched discs. He felt a headwind here. So he disced up to the Scorp.
Didn't quite get the flip out of it he wanted.
He's checking the wind again. And he's like, okay, it was a tailwind.
Yeah. The only thing that makes this hole hard is if you throw it in those trees where Brandon is.
Yes.
If you throw it straight, you don't even have to throw it far, and you can chip any kind of overstable mid-range in there into the side of that hill. Keehnan, the master of the flip, he loves taking these overstable discs and just yanking them over like that.
Oh, he was screaming that it's going to go OB.
I'm sure he was screaming. That's a good shot, though. He should have an easy putter to the pin.
Yeah, plenty of distance there. This is that red ether again. That's got a nice flip. Oh, got killed, though, by the tailwind.
Yep, got slammed by the wind, but still, I'm guessing he'll have a look. See, if Brandon is 40 feet straight right, no problem. He's got a little bit of work to do here. And that looked pretty easy.
Yep, and that's a Moab.
Mm-hmm. Overstable fairway.
Yeah, it looks good.
Isn't it a fairway or is it a mid?
I would assume,
I think
judging by the way it looked, yeah, but judging by the way it looked a little slower. And that's a shortcut.
A little bit of meat left on that bone.
Yeah, for sure. And just a little
wow,
bit.
We got a jump putt.
Yeah, he's got opportunity.
Jump putt if you can get it in the air. That's okay. I mean, threes are going to be just fine on this.
All right. And Loren puts it home. So does Keehnan.
And as we guessed, 0 birdies on the entire day, 534 foot.
Dang, not a one.
All those 500-foot throwers. This shows you how far 500 feet really is.
Yeah.
Hole 4. Another one that should be pretty easy for guys with these cannons attached to their shoulders. Rip it out there, aim at these 3 trees here in the middle. You can come in short and skip under them. If you have enough mustard, you can Anheuser and flex back around. You can flick it, you can roll it. Kind of dealer's choice, but this guy's 453 feet, and seems like it plays every bit of it.
The forehand, I guess, is in play as well. So you do have both spins. Looks like Nolan's going to go the hyzer line here. And this is another Star Destroyer.
Yeah, it's that same yellow one, I think.
Yep. That looks pretty tasty.
Okay. Okay. That's fair, right?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was just fine.
That was big.
Made that look pretty simple.
And this baby's coming in as what? Let me flip this. In the bottom half of scoring, it's averaging 2.95.
Mm. Oh.
That's perfect.
It's got to come back, though.
He's telling it to. He's saying, come on back, Bessie. Oh, wow.
Yeah, great shot, dude.
Scary putt, though, man. Downhill with that right to left wind. That's gonna be scary. And this shot, man, this is a Keehnan Ford special right here. Looks like he's got that same blue I'm guessing that's a destroyer of some kind.
Yep. Calvin Destroyer. I
He
forget how
just
far back he runs up sometimes.
he just lives on these force overs like this.
Oh,
Oh,
he didn't get a
hated
turn.
it.
He did not turn on him. And that is way out there. I mean, it's in no danger of OB. That sidewalk didn't play OB or anything. He's just not in a position for birdie.
And not a hard 3 from anywhere out there. I don't know if Loren's going to get it to the trees. It's a long ways.
And this is a
good angle.
Yeah, this is another ether.
And short of the trees. Just didn't have enough stability to fight back.
It was a shortcut up, nice and easy. All right, nice little approach there by Keehnan right under the basket.
Here we go. Just inside the circle, downhill. Last thing he wants to do is skip off the top of this sucker.
Yeah, this is a frightening putt. Oh, but he buried it.
That was sweet. The win there when Nolan gets his chalk bag. This looks like the same putt he just made on hole 2. Oh. Yeah, I was right the whole way.
Yep.
I hate that for him because now that's in his head.
He had a big one on 2. Just clean up here. He's been really working on the putt this year, and it's looked a lot better. He's had quite a few victories this year. I know he won Kansas State's and he won Duda. We saw him on coverage.
Yeah, that was a solid comeback too. After just airballing from 25 to probably ended up 20 feet there, came right up and knocked it in. So that's a good comeback putt.
Loren with the par as well. We got a tie ball game at the top.
Yes, we do. Hole 5. 269 feet. Averages 2.55. Plays as an island, I guess, because of these 3 trees. None of these guys are going to even mess with these trees. They're going to go over it. This is a throwaway hole on a golf course.
So this one is surrounded by that sidewalk. So you just have to be within that, and then you do have the creek and roll-away potential on this green.
And you got hyzer with both spins, whichever way you want to go.
Yep.
No reason to try a gut shot here.
And then here's Brandon. What's he going to be throwing? He's got a Draco.
That's a super popular disc right now.
Fantastic disc. He goes big. Little deep. Right there. Maybe just outside circle.
Yeah, a little longer than he wants to be on 270-foot hole, but if you haven't played it too often, I'm guessing it's probably a little bit tricky. It is quite a bit below your feet.
Yeah. And here's the Ati.
That's the play I like.
Forehand.
Yeah.
That was a little short, a little sawed off.
And scary. That is a scary putt.
Oh, God, yes.
He's edge of the circle. Quick drop off behind him.
Yeah, that green.
And we know Nolan putts with a lot of pace.
Mm-hmm. I would much rather be down below this pin. Keehnan with the FD3.
I'd much rather be right there.
Yeah, that's the better play. So I'll take that too.
That's sweet. That was a good shot. How about that? 50-50 forehand, backhand.
Yep. Yeah, he got that one a little bit wider. I like that. And boom. And see, that's the scary thing is that roll away, but it checked up pretty good for him.
22 birdies on this thing for the day. So about half the field.
Yeah. And there's one. That's
Oh,
a huge
baby.
putt, dude.
Yeah.
Well, if 3 was in his head at all, or 4 was in his head at all, it didn't show. That was fantastic.
Yeah, that was sweet. Brandon, what, just inside the circle, or is that a whisker in front of him?
Yeah, just out.
Another great putt.
Dang.
There we go.
Looks like we got a star frame.
Yep, well done. Well done, boys. Hole 6, 407 feet, slightly downhill. You got to throw this baby either just dead straight or have a little bit of hyzer finish. The one thing you cannot do is get this thing flipped over. If it flips over, it just instantly ends up in that creek on the backside of the pin. This is a decent hole, I feel like.
Yeah, I like this hole. It reminds me a little bit of hole 1, kind of the theme out here with these low shots with a ceiling that you have to really just penetrate through, and you got to push the ceiling to get this birdie.
According to these Okies, this is every hole in Wichita, and they're not too far off on the courses they played.
That looks pretty good. I like the hyzer angle on it.
Just no release, really. So just outside the circle. That's Brandon will give that a solid bid, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that's a quasar. And that's what's tough about this hole is you have to do most of your work through the air. You're not going to get a lot of skip unless you're closer to that tree back there.
Yeah, you clear that little hill towards the basket, and then you're going to get more skip than you want.
Oh, that got dropped. No.
Yeah, wind probably got on top of it. Keehnan, is that same dang disc, or is that a different one?
This one is an FD3. No, this is a DD3. This is that one he threw on hole 2.
Okay. Well, that's better than he threw it on hole 2.
Yes.
There we go. Oh, wow, that's a sweet shot.
That's a great shot.
He's liking it.
He pushed that ceiling. I think he even got a little bit of cabbage, too.
Well, I wouldn't doubt it. You don't get the name Grease Train by throwing clean shots. I love the fact that he's completely endorsed that name.
Oh, yeah. He's when he screamed it on hole 1, I lost it. That was probably a good little limb because that was going to end up heading pretty straight.
Yeah, and you can see how close he is to the creek there. If that doesn't catch that limb, he probably is, like you said, fishing that baby out.
All right. Good pitch up right underneath.
Nolan's been known to give these long putts like this little 50-50 bid.
Dang.
Oh, that was nice.
Yeah, that's what he's good at. Because he putts so hard, he can putt from so far away. Here we go. Brandon, another opportunity just outside the circle.
Oh, man, that's a good putt.
Yeah.
All right, here's Keehnan, take back solo first.
Yep, and he's just inside circle, 25 feet, and he nailed it.
Yep.
Dead center. Good putt.
Rest of these boys will clean up pars, and we'll move on.
How many 2s on that hole?
Hole 6. 5 birdies.
All right.
Keehnan, Clayton Gutierrez, Elliot DeLong, Caleb Bruce, and Simeon Davenport.
Hey, we got a Disc and Deals double take.
It's been a while. It's a really nice shot.
It's fantastic.
We don't get many double takes on drives.
No, it's worth it.
Okay, here we go. Hole 7. 263 feet, par 3. You can lay up short here if you want. These guys aren't going to. You have to cross this little sidewalk. Then you have to cross the creek. And then there's a place as an OB island on the other side of the creek. It's probably, 40 feet across there? It's a little bit bigger than the circle, I feel like.
Yeah. This is another one, though, that didn't get into the PDJ rules. So the only thing out of bounds is the creek. So even though it's there's lines, it's not OB.
Oh my gosh. I don't know how many people may have played it wrong then.
I know. I think some people did. I was there at the tee for 5 pre-meetings, and I think Duck did tell every group that I was there for.
Something like that, man, when you discover it in the first 2 rounds, you can fix that and play it the right way. But Keehnan doesn't even have to. Ooh, a little short.
There is a little bit of
False
a ridge.
Front,
yeah. False front is a good name for it. And that was what was that? A FD3 out of him. He loves that disc. AVR X3 out of Brandon.
No kidding. I feel like this one plays a little longer than 263.
Oh yeah, it does. It plays closer to 300 in my mind.
I feel like I have to put a pretty good move on it to get it there.
That was a pump.
What's this?
This is an anvil.
Oh, jeez. It's a pretty overstable mid.
Yeah, it is. Just perfect for someone that throws hard. Look at that.
What a beautiful shot.
And then we're going to get the first look at him throwing this disc. This is a blade.
Okay. I am so out of touch with Gateway. I don't know what any of these do or are supposed to do.
This is super beefy, I think.
Looks it.
Yeah, and then
right with
pretty
Keehnan.
close too. Yep. So both of those guys are inbounds.
Plenty of room there.
Oh, just passed. Perfect height.
All right, this is for Keehnan to keep or extend that lead possibly.
Yep, go back-to-back birds here.
Looks like it's about 23 feet.
I guess that's 3. That's a turkey.
In the heart for that little dude.
Yeah, great putt again.
He's feeling it.
He's got a little pep. He was starting a little slow. So good to see him bounce back. Now let's see if Brandon can follow suit here.
Man,
yes, sir.
That was sweet.
I love his putt, man.
Nose down spinner.
And straddle, he like really uses his legs. And Nolan. Didn't like that one.
It's too early in the match to get this upset about a missed putt.
Yeah, you're going to miss some. That's the game. If you're making all your putts, then you're not playing in local A tiers.
That's true. Well, I thought he was going to fire that in there, boy. Woo! This is my favorite par 3 on the course. Low ceiling, 284 feet, creek right behind it, sidewalk to the left. This plays as an island. Another one that plays as an island. I'm assuming this one got in the caddy book. So
It did.
if you don't land on the island, you go to a drop zone, which is what, 120 feet, maybe 100 feet from the pin.
Yeah, I'd say right around there. And it's a tough line because you have a tree in your way too. So,
which I don't hate the OB or go to the drop zone on the OB because I don't want to see people ripping past that basket across the sidewalk.
Yeah.
And arguing for a spot that's an easy putt.
Yeah, this makes you have a little bit of speed control for sure. FD3, I like the height. You got to keep this one low.
That'll work.
Yeah, that's sweet. Another fist pump. He reminds me a little bit of Rick, the way he gets himself going.
Except not nearly as good.
Well, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, Keehnan's an emotional little dude. He will get himself jacked up, that's for sure.
Yeah.
This is a mortar.
1000%. Good job.
And the reason I know that is because I crawled in the creek and pulled that disc out for him.
Okay. All right. Yeah. That's the miss that happens a lot on this hole. You hold too straight.
If he was a little more familiar with this hole, that would be a Draco skip shot every day.
Yep.
That's probably the anvil again.
Yeah, it is. And
not committed
this real day. Yeah, he wanted that the same line as Keehnan's, and that was too early.
Just dribbled OB, so he'll be looking at a 4 because you're not making it from that drop zone.
And Loren with
the lone sidearm.
Yeah, the ether here. And he threw this last year too. I don't know if you remember, but it was so low to the ground. This year, not low to the ground.
That's nice.
And sidewalk skip, and nice.
Yeah, I wonder what that does if it doesn't come in on the sidewalk. I wonder if it gets to the pin or if it sticks out.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you see this drop zone? This is a really tough drop zone for these boys.
Yeah, the way that you have these branches really force either a sidearm or what Brandon's doing here. But the wind got under that one, and he's still out.
Did we miss Nolan's?
Nolan was quick. He's right in front of Brandon there. He just did a quick little sidearm.
So Brandon just right at circle's edge again. Boy, that's big for Keehnan. That's going to be a 2-stroke swing.
Yeah, because Keehnan is directly into the basket.
Good putt.
Right. Yep, good save there.
That flick shot is, I think, scarier than the backhand on this one.
Yeah,
I've never even contemplated that thing.
You should try it. He's 2 for 2 with it.
I'll just go felon, skip right to where Keehnan did.
Oh, okay. If you can get it, I guess that's fine. But you know what? This is going to be even bigger than a 2-stroke swing because that's a double. Because he went OB.
Oh, wow. Yeah, 3 strokes. Oh, that hurts.
Then hole 9.
I think that was just a 5.
That is. That's a double.
Okay.
But Keehnan got a 2.
Oh, there we go. The math wasn't mathing. Here we go, hole 9. 280 foot. Another hole that just way too easy to be on a championship style course. 280 feet. You got flicked line. You got hyzer line. It doesn't play as an island. The backside sidewalk is OB. Everything short of that is safe. It'll be interesting to see what we see. What shots we see here off the tee.
Yeah, the drone flew the hyzer line. Keehnan going forehand with a destroyer.
What's shocking to me, that seems like a
boy. That was unfortunate.
Yeah, it just seems like a Keehnan hyzer all day to me with that FD3 or whatever that blue thing is.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, he's got that on lock. It's such a stock shot for him.
It's nearly the same shot he just threw.
Yep.
So Loren also going to go out to the left, and that looks a little bit better, but it's too wide.
Yep.
And got a terrible skip.
The worst. And he's outside the circle.
Man, they really like this flick line.
Yeah, they do.
That's good.
This is an Ati. Oh!
Yeah. That's
Skipped
good.
up, hit the bottom. If that doesn't hit, that's probably going for a ways.
It's probably going to take a high skip and maybe 20, 25 feet. This Draco,
you got it. I like the height on that one. Oh, and he got a sidewalk skip too, but stayed.
Much friendlier than Keehnan's.
Yeah, so Keehnan's quite a bit of ways here. And I don't know if he's running that or just a soft bid.
Chances of making that are pretty slim. I think putting it at the base of the basket is the proper play for sure.
And Loren just outside circle here.
There we go.
Left side, count it. Oh, he gave you a little fist bump.
Brandon's what, 18 to 20 here?
Yeah.
Taking his time, knows how big of a putt it is, and drills it.
Great putt.
Man, when he is on that pole every time.
He is. And pretty simple for Nolan.
Yeah.
I think Brandon was mentioning he's had more scuffs on his disc this week at this tournament than he's ever had in playing in all of Oklahoma. All right, and that's going to do it. That's the front nine, my man. So let's look at the scores here. Keehnan has moved his lead to 3. Nolan and Loren at 14, 1 back from Brandon. If you have not subscribed, please, give us a little love. Subscribe to the Disc and Deals YouTube.
Front nine was fun. I was glad to see Keehnan overcome that early blunder on hole 2. And, we're a few missed putts from a few of these guys away and one bad hole from Brandon from having a really tight ball game.
Oh, yeah. And make sure you come on back because the holes get a little bit longer in the back half, and there's definitely some birdies out there. Can't wait to see how these guys play. Again, thank you to all the sponsors. Thank you to Ducks Flying Discs. We'll catch you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye now.